Hey guys, GP here at Rosso Corsa. Today we're looking at the MV Agusta Assen, and a couple things about this bike that we're going to go over before we go ahead and take it on our test ride, or of course our first ride on the bike. But this is the beauty of a bike. There's so much going on, but first things first, one of my favorite colors on any bike is obviously blue, and they did it so tastefully and so well that it just makes sense with a brand like MV Agusta. But I'm going to be switching cameras back and forth, so I got the camera on me and I got, of course, the main camera over there. So looking at the bike, there's a couple things that accent wise are just a piece of art. You got obviously the forged carbon wheels in blue. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera just yet, but amazing attention to detail with that, of course, on both sides. Even the Alcantara seat is just absolutely phenomenal. They did a good job. Now, a big thing about this bike is that it is a limited edition, so there's only 300 made in the world. Now, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm going to kind of walk over here real quick. If it's even visible, there's actually 3 more inside at, this is again a MV Agusta Newport Beach. There's Triumph here, of course, also the main thing being Rosso Corsa. But seeing such a limited bike and having the chance to not only take it on the road, but fully enjoy it for what it is, it's amazing. So I'm looking forward to it. A couple other things, there's carbon all over the bike. There's obviously around the front area, around the headlight. Just all the accent pieces are all full of carbon. Amazing. And there's matte carbon, there's also gloss, right? You got 2 different types that you're working with. And then you have obviously the amazing tail light too, iconic for MV Agusta. But this is definitely one of a kind when it comes down to bikes. Now, spec-wise, we have a 1000cc motor put into this. It's an inline 4. It's producing about 208 horsepower. So definitely up there with the power delivery. One of the faster bikes that you'll find on the street nowadays as well. Now, along with that crazy number or amount of horsepower, you also have about 116.5 newton meters of torque. That's optimal for a bike like this. It's quick, it wants to go, and it's also making a statement at the same time. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and take this on the road and show you guys a first ride, first look on not only having this on the road, but how it truly feels. Give you guys that honest review on a bike as amazing as this one. All right, we just went ahead and put some gas in this beautiful bike, and now we're ready for our ride. So let's go ahead and start it up. I love that, just the one button, it's good to go. Bike's already warmed up, so we're ready. Oh, just right off the bat, it's so smooth. It sounds absolutely amazing too. This is fully stock, there's nothing really done to the bike. Oh, but you can just feel that it wants to go. Oh, it's amazing. It's honestly very inviting with how the riding style and the overall just fit. Like I'm 6'3", and I'm on this bike fairly comfortably. I'm not too far, leaned over. I'm not too far back, where it doesn't even feel like a sport bike, or even, this is considered a naked bike. But with that much power, it's definitely one of a kind. I'll give it that. But yeah, everything about this bike just feels great. I'll give a couple little downshifts too. It might be hard to hear how it really sounds on the mic since we're moving at a high rate of speed. Plus, I got a microphone in this helmet, so it's good, but it's not the best for hearing a bike, especially with no exhaust. Auto looks very responsive too. Yep, just goes in and out of the gear super easy. Let's go ahead and head to our right. Yeah, this is the type of bike that you really, again, with the amount of power it has, you can get scared of a bike like this. But at the same time, as long as you know how to ride and you're really just just taking your time on it. It's just very inviting, very comfortable. I never thought I'd say that about a 200 plus horsepower bike, saying that it's somewhat inviting, but again, if you know what you're doing, you've been around the block, you've been riding forever, this isn't out of the question completely. So I turned on, or I enabled the dashboard on it. Basically shows you everything the bike's doing. You have your G-force, you have your angle, so if I'm going to move it over an angle, it calculates that right away, which is great. It does it on both sides to see where your max lean is. Now if I were to downshift, immediately in the third, just no hesitation. That's great. And one thing I'll have to show you guys towards the end when I bring it back, it does come with a crate. It's full presentation on all the additional parts that it comes with, a bunch of extra goodies that they just have to give you with this bike, because it makes sense. This bike's made to have an experience behind it, have the culture behind it too. Really can't complain with a bike as good as this one. Definitely cruising. I mean, even foot position is just very neutral, so you're not hunched over, your back's not hurting. Again, there's many bikes out there that favor even more performance or equal performance, but it sucks to sit on that bike for more than 15 to 20 minutes. Here, I mean, I'm chilling. I'm having a great time. The wind doesn't hit me that bad either, so again, it could depend on the helmet, could depend on a lot of stuff with gear, but even then, sitting on the bike, just fully comfortable, both hands on it, I feel great going. I mean, I'm going cruising speed. I'm going with the speed of traffic, and it just feels fine. Even the flickability is just, it's great. You can just tell the quality and the way that it's built. No need for a clutch whatsoever. You're just straight auto blipping all the way back into second, and you can go, I mean, obviously the whole way through. As long as you're starting stopping with the clutch, you don't need to use it after that with a bike like this one. Honestly, sometimes you get used to that too, so you're just sitting there, forget that the clutch even exists at times, unless again you're stopping. Again, a lot of new bikes made it the norm to have an auto blipper, to have a quick shifter, so it helps with the overall user experience when you're going anywhere. You don't need to worry about, you know, clutching in and clutching out every single gear. But I would advise, if anyone's watching this and they are learning how to ride or new to it, please learn how to use the clutch properly. You don't want to start off with a bike like this and get used to not even, you know, going past third or fourth gear without even touching the clutch, because one day you might need to use that. Yeah, the way it looks in the sun is just, it's insane. It sounds so good. Again, it's the inline four, so the way that it sounds, it's amazing. I mean, it's not, there's very different sounds with different bikes. You got a crossplane, you got obviously what I'm used to with the R1M. That sounds completely different compared to this bike, but it makes sense for a bike like this one to sound the way that it does. Give it a couple downshifts. Again, I'm assuming it's hard to hear with this mic, especially with the noise cancellation, but just take my word for it. It definitely sounds good. Plus, I've known, I mean, a lot of people who get MVs, they end up switching the exhaust out, and even better, right? It sounds even better after that. So if you're starting off and it already sounds good, it's only gonna get better. Even overall maneuvering, I mean, you can't go wrong with the size of the bike as well. I mean, it gets to the point where you're just flicking it around. Mind you, this bike is not the cheapest in the world, so you might not feel comfortable right away with putting it between cars or anything to do with California and how we, you know, lane split around. But once you get over that price point, you can definitely take it around and feel pretty comfortable doing any sort of riding whatsoever. But I definitely, so I've seen people who ride the bike and they go the distance with it too. They'll go a couple hours on it and feel just fine. There's not really much that, you know, raises a concern. Again, this is a brand new bike. This only has, I want to say, like now, like 11 or 12 miles on it. So for its straight out of the box experience, fully serviced, ready to go, there's not much that I need to worry about with how it feels or what it does. It just, the overall ability for it and what it's meant to do, it's doing it great. Now we're talking about the foundations of the bike. It has the power, right? And that's definitely a given. Straight off the line, you can feel it. It has the looks, right? That's definitely one of the more beautiful bikes that I've ever seen. Now the only thing is obviously going to be the price, right? Is it justifiable for a bike like this? Does it make sense to spend the dollar amount on a bike like this? My honest opinion with the use cases, again, it's something that you can take around and do everything you want to do, but it's also a statement piece. I would say yes. All right, so if it's something that's like, hey, does it make sense to have it? Is it just something I can put in my garage and just leave it there? Or can I actually ride something like this consistently and take it out and do what I want to do? I would honestly, I can see that. I can see the appeal with a bike like this. It's so comfortable. I'm just, again, this is normally how I ride. I usually have a hand off. You can easily put it forward, you're good, but even just sitting like this and just talking, doing your thing, it's so natural. I mean, I haven't ridden the Assen as much as right now, so it really does give off that first ride experience for a bike like this. But even then, this is a remarkable piece of machinery. It's got little burbles happening too, it's great. Just had to see how it sounds real quick. So even in first, I'm pretty sure it has the electronics already on. Yeah. I mean, I'm not twisting the throttle completely, of course, but even with more than average throttle, the bike's going to keep itself planted with the electronics that it has. It's not meant to just pop up on you. Now, I also haven't motovlogged in a while, so if you guys enjoy this first ride, this review with, again, a bike like this one, super limited, super, for a lack of a better word, amazing with the way that it is, then let me know in the comments and we'll be doing more for you guys as well. We got a huge line of inventory with, again, well-known brands. So if you guys want, we'll get more out for you. It's so smooth. It's just, you can feel confident being in the gear you're in. You don't need to worry about it too much. And just be one with the bike. I mean, I feel very connected with the ground. I can feel just enough of the environment to where I feel confident with every turn that I'm going in. And I'm also not sending it down a canyon, so it's not like I'm using the entire tire. But for an experience like this, where I'm taking it around, and what most people would do, right? Just taking on the streets and pointing to point B, enjoying it, going to events, this and that. This is more than capable for a bike. I mean, you can see right here, even with lane splitting, I mean, there's no issues with it whatsoever. Amazing, right? This is just everything about the bike you can feel super confident about and really just enjoy it. Yeah, I'm taking advantage of the auto blip for sure, and the quick shifter. I barely touched my clutch unless I'm about to stop. There's not really much I can say that I don't like about the bike, to be completely honest. If I were to nitpick, I mean, yeah, obviously personal taste, I wouldn't take these mirrors for a long time, so I would definitely want to switch them out with something else, and that completely changes the look of the bike even more, right? Again, this is straight off the line. There's not much that I'm sitting about or upset about when it comes down to the the form factor, right? The size, because even the bars, they're not super wide or super out there. You can easily just lane split and do your thing with them. And that's one of the pros of being on a bike in California in general, right? You want to skip traffic, you want to get through and get to where you're going. Oh, it sounds so good. And this I'm not going to want to take confidently because this is an expensive bike. And sometimes you go through, you fit, do your thing. This is not one of them. I'm pretty sure I could, but overall, I mean, this even street experience, right? Sitting here, going through lights or even the freeway, for example, there's nothing I can say that I'm very upset about whatsoever. I mean, even the overall riding position, it takes some getting used to compared to most bikes, right? You're either super upright or you're extremely, like, you're pushed forward because you want to be in a more aggressive position. This is somewhere in between. So again, being a little bit taller on a bike like this, I don't feel like I'm, you know, taking over the bike. I don't feel like the bike's too small for me whatsoever or too big, right? It's just, it feels right. I would say that with people around that height, a little taller, a little shorter, you wouldn't have any problem with it whatsoever. And it's overall seat height too. I'm bending my knees, so that means that, again, I'm easily sitting on the bike and able to go anywhere with it, hills, all that, and not feel like I'm going to be tipping the bike over where it's heavy or too heavy. I'm pretty sure it's around like the low 400s when it comes down to the weight as well. So not the heaviest bike in the world, has a lot of power, looks good. Again, if I had the money for this right now, I might buy one. That's how I feel about a bike like this. Again, there's many bikes out there that have different use cases, but for the way that you can just hop on and go and feel confident and comfortable, nothing wrong with that. And back to the front of the line. Oh, I see a moto cop up there on the right. Too bad I'm going right there, so should be fine. I forgot that I'm on a stock bike, so there's nothing to worry about with a bike like this. And we made it back. Perfect. And this was the first ride with the MV Agusta Assen. I love it. It's a great bike. Let me know what you guys think in the comments as well. And of course, if you guys want more first rides, also let us know. We'll make it happen on our end. This is great. I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm looking forward to riding more bikes as well. So once we look at that crate, I'm going to open it up, show you guys exactly what you would receive with the MV Agusta Assen. And they're no stranger to that with bikes like these that they sell. Every bike that's custom or is limited, they have their very own crate that is full of all their goodies. So let me show you guys that real quick, and then I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, real quick, we're going to show off the crate that comes with the Assen. So within that, you do get a lot of goodies. Let me show this real quick. Just had to move it so I can make it a little easier to see. But so besides the certificate, we also have, of course, the race cowl. Now down here is a plaque that you receive with the purchase of the Assen. Now if I move that real quick, we'll have this bottom area, which comes with an extra set of levers, and these are really nice too. So you can switch these out. And then it also comes with a motorcycle cover, so you can keep it nice and clean when you're not using it in that moment. And that's also additional hardware that I'm pretty sure goes with these levers. So everything's in the box ready to go, and that is sent to you along with the purchase of an asset. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment, but until then, we'll see you guys in the next one. All right, take care.